Welcome, everyone, to Excel Edge Podcast Show. I'm Lex.
And I'm Vera.
We're thrilled to be connecting with all of you, our Excel Edge Realty followers.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just beginning your journey as a Filipino first-time home buyer.
Today we're diving deep into a fascinating snapshot of the Philippine condominium market in 2024.
Yeah, you've all shared your curiosity about the current real estate landscape.
And we've compiled some key insights to help you navigate it.
Think of this as your cheat sheet.
To understanding what's happening with condos right now.
Oh, overwhelming jargon.
Just the crucial information you need.
Our mission today is to unpack the recent shifts.
And what they might mean for you, whether you're looking for your first home or exploring investment opportunities.
In the mid-price to high-ticket range that Excel Edge focuses on.
So let's start by painting the big picture. 2024 saw a pretty noticeable downturn in the Philippine condo market.
Yeah, a significant slowdown for sure.
It's interesting. According to Colliers, we're looking at the lowest number of new condo launches and the lowest sales take-up they've ever recorded.
Huge shift.
To put that into perspective, back in 2023, we saw about 25,000 new condo units being launched.
Right.
But in 2024, that number plummeted to just 11,000.
A 59% drop, just to be exact.
And sales followed a similar trend.
Around 23,000 units sold in 2023 compared to a mere 9,000 in 2024. Wow! A big factor in this slowdown is the huge number of ready-for-occupancy units, or RFOs as they're called, on the market.
There were about 26,300 RFO units available.
Yeah, a substantial inventory.
And it seems developers shifted gears, focusing on selling these existing units rather than launching new projects.
Absolutely, prioritizing moving those RFO units before starting anything new.
Makes sense. They had a lot on their plate already. And this focus on RFO units directly impacted the availability of new projects, leading to that drop in launches we talked about.
Right, a full inventory waiting to be cleared, so to speak.
To make those RFOs more enticing, developers got creative.
Oh yeah, they did.
Offering steeper discounts and way more flexible payment terms than we've seen before.
A whole different ballgame compared to what we were used to.
It's fascinating how much those discounts changed.
Yeah, before the pandemic, a cash buyer could expect a discount of, say, 5% to 10%.
Right.
But by 2023, those discounts had skyrocketed. We're talking 15% to a whopping 30% for cash buyers.
Talk about an incentive.
Definitely. And it wasn't just about the price reduction. Developers started sweetening the pot further.
For air conditioning units, full sets of kitchen appliances, they pulled out all the stops to make those ready-to-move-in condos irresistible.
Making it as attractive as possible for potential buyers, especially first-timers.
Now, what about those flexible payment terms? How did those shake out?
Well, there was a considerable easing of the down payment requirements.
Typically, you'd be looking at a minimum of 10% down.
Exactly. But in 2024, we saw that drop as low as 5% in some cases.
Wow.
And incredibly, some developers even waived the down payment altogether.
Imagine that. That could be a game changer for a lot of Filipino first-time home buyers.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't just the initial down payment that became more manageable. The time frame for paying that down payment also expanded significantly.
From the typical 18-24 months to, in some cases, as long as 48 months.
That's double.
That kind of breathing room can make a world of difference when managing finances.
No doubt. It's interesting, though, these amazing promotions weren't spread evenly across the whole market.
You're right. There was a clear focus.
The most aggressive discounts and flexible terms were aimed at the affordable and lower mid-income segments.
We're talking properties between P2.5 million and P3.59 million for the affordable segment, and between P3.6 million and P6.99 million for the lower mid-income segment.
Which makes sense when you consider that these two segments made up almost 60% of all those unsold RFO units.
Developers were targeting where most of their inventory sat.
Smart move. We also saw some activity in the upper mid-income segment, around P7 million to P11.99 million, which accounts for about 25% of the remaining inventory.
But if we look at the higher end of the market, the luxury segment, properties P20 million and above, and the upscale segment, P12 million to P19.99 million, it's a different story.
A much different story.
These segments had far less RFO inventory, only 2% for luxury and 3% for upscale.
With that low inventory, developers didn't need to offer those big discounts we saw in the other segments.
Demand was already pretty strong for those high-end properties.
And the location played a big role, too.
Absolutely. The market dynamics varied significantly depending on where you were looking.
Prime areas like Makati CBD, average price per square meter was around P 399,000, and there was practically no RFO inventory to be found.
In Rockwell, prices averaged a whopping P 554,000 per square meter, with a tiny 0.1% of units left unsold.
In Fort Bonifacio, similar story, very low inventory at just 0.7% unsold, with an average price of P 352,000 per square meter.
In stark contrast, more affordable areas like Quezon City and Manila, both with an average price per square meter around P 146,000, had much higher RFO inventory.
19% unsold in Quezon City and 16% in Manila.
Even Pasig, with a more accessible average price of P 123,000 per square meter, still had 11% of its units remaining unsold.
So what does all this mean for our listeners, Vera? Especially those Filipino first-time home buyers or folks considering property investments?
Well, for those looking to buy their first home, especially in those affordable and lower mid-income categories, this could be a great time to jump in.
The increased availability of RFO units combined with those discounts and flexible payment terms could make owning a home a reality.
You have a broader selection of ready-to-move-in options to choose from.
And for our investors out there, keeping these market dynamics in mind is critical, especially if you're focused on the mid-price to high-ticket market, which is Excel Edge Realty's specialty.
The fact that we saw fewer new launches in the short term could have a significant impact on future property values.
Definitely something to consider for those long-term investment plans.
Moving forward, we can anticipate seeing fewer new condo launches as developers continue to prioritize selling their existing RFO inventory.
A full rebound in new projects will depend on that demand picking up and those unsold units finding buyers.
Exactly.
So as you can see, the 2024 Philippine condo market has been a unique ride.
With its share of challenges and advantages.
The takeaway: the market is shifting, and understanding these dynamics can be incredibly empowering as you navigate your own property journey.
Whether you're seeking that perfect first home or looking for your next strategic investment, remember that Excel Edge Realty specializes in helping you navigate the mid-price to high-ticket market.
We're here to help you make the most of these changing tides.
You can find out more about how we can help you by visiting our website at www.exceledge.com.ph.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
And if you found this information valuable, please click that follow button and share this with anyone you know who might benefit from understanding the current Philippine condo market.
Until next time.
See you then.